Hey everybody, Tom Sparks with Sparks Media Group. Today we're back on Mare Island. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a 3D CAD package of this room right here. I've done several other videos in this room and wanted to show the process for using our PLANIX R1 to get a 3D CAD package from iGUIDE. So the first thing we're going to do is connect to the camera. We're going to hit project and we're going to call this MI. We're a 6-inch roughly wall thickness. Main floor. I'm going to call it main floor. We'll just leave it at that. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an iGUIDE like normal and just get scans around the room. I'm going to hide from view. Now on this tour, I'm using a low HDR, low noise reduction. Maybe we can go to medium. We'll see how medium works. And we're just going to scan. Doesn't hurt to take an additional scan or two, just so we don't have any alignment issues later on. Show you how to do the 1-2 method. So we did one, it tells us to come around to the other side of the camera. You see me in the shot, and then once it's done processing, I'm not in the shot. That's what we call the 1-2 method. Go hide on this one. pretty quick capture time here on this space. So I previously did a video where I attempted to do a CAD package from this space, and I wasn't quite clear on the process, I don't think. So I have clarity now, thanks to Andy and Kevin at iGUIDE. Andy meticulously watches my videos and points out every flaw, and I greatly appreciate that, because how else can we grow without good old constructive criticism? So what Andy's going to want me to do is start outside and work my way in so we can get door heights and all that, and I'm not going to do that on this one. Well, I might actually. Let's see here. So we're going to have 90-degree angle. We're at a 90-degree angle. And what we're going to do, let me see if this door will stay open so I can make Andy happy. Yeah, it's not staying open. Sorry, Andy. We're just going to start inside. So if you look up at the ceiling, you will see there's, and I'm going to get this wrong so don't kill me, but there's trusses, and then beams, and then columns. So we want to get the height of the roof deck, which is on top of the trusses. We want to get the height of the trusses. So we're going to do a pass from here all the way down there, and we're going to go in that office because that has a different ceiling height. So that's going to be one pass with the verticals, and then we're going to do a second pass starting from maybe over there, and we're going to go this way, and that's going to get us the roof deck, the beams, and those heights. So that's the plan. When we do this, we want to keep the camera always orientated in the same place, meaning for me, I'm going to have the top of the camera always facing this wall as I work my way that way, and we're going to try to stay in as straight of a line as possible. We're going to have to kind of go around this little air filter here. So we'll go to floor, and we'll call it, we'll call this width verticals. Just put 6 in there. Now, check this out. I'm going to put it, kind of there. We're going to stand at the bottom of the R1 and hit the button. And then we're just going to move on down. And I'm going about every 5 feet, roughly. 5 steps. I'm going to come out a little bit to get the height of this light fixture. which you can see kind of right there. And I'm always keeping the top of the camera facing that wall. And you can see this is a nice cross section. You got this point right here is the center line up there, if that makes sense. I'm gonna come there. We're gonna do right under this doorway to get the height of that. And here you can see the ceiling height in this office is a lot less than, you know, the roof deck over there. So we have that pass. Now we're going to go the other way. So same methodology. I'm going to start right here in this doorway, and I'm going to go straight back that way. And actually, I'm going to start here so I can be under these lights. So we're going to go to floor, and we're going to call this length. Verticals. And again, camera is always going to be facing whichever wall you decide. Don't switch it throughout, and you want to stand on the bottom of the camera. Now, we're not going to, for this purpose anyway, this CAD package, we're not going to care about any of this other space. We're just focusing on this room right here. So on the screen, all this is, we're going to forget about that. Right there. No, I just realized I could have had my tripod a little bit higher. It's not going to matter too much here, but generally don't keep it this low. There you have it. We have our second cross section. So we're done with the R1. Our data is stored on the iPad, so I'm going to turn this off. And then we're going to go to close survey. Projects, and we will upload this in a bit. So that's the process of scanning a space, in this case, industrial type warehouse room, for the purposes of getting the 3D CAD package. from iGUIDE using the PLANIX R1. Okay everybody, I'm here in Stitch and I'm going to open up the scan that we did today. And we're going to process this data and upload it to iGUIDE for them to process. So I'm not going to hide any panos. We're just going to include them all from the main scan. I am going to hide the verticals. And you can see a good cross representation. Here's the floor. Here's the roof. And then this is long ways across the building. So from there, we're just going to save it and hit export. We have to set the initial pano. We're going to hit cancel. We're going to save that. All right. So it says exterior wall thickness usually small, under 16 centimeters. That's fine. We'll hit it. And it's going through the process. It's exported it. We will hit close. I'm going to go to manageyourig.com and I will put that in here. We're going to hit create. Real estate transaction. We're going to do we're going to go to architectural and remodel 3D CAD package. We'll keep it in Imperial. We're going to put the address in. And I have to browse to the location because it doesn't. Let's see here. Doesn't quite have the address. How do I zoom out? Control. Nope. There you go. Control plus the mouse wheel. So I'm going to try to pinpoint this location, which is right here. Is that 1280 Waterfront Ave? Let's try that. Yeah. Put that right there. Okay. We'll hit select. We're not going to have a banner. And actually, you know what? On the CAD package, it doesn't mention a banner. All right. So send email notifications when ready. We'll skip pre-publishing. Automatic push goes. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Automatic fetch. All right. So we will browse to the folder. .31 panos, 202 megabytes. We'll hit create iGUIDE and upload. We have, protected mode is not enabled. Yeah, we'll leave it off. All right, it says 100% uploaded, and I just like to confirm that. We go back to my iGuides, and we have processing. So this is now in the hands of iGUIDE. They are doing their thing, and I will be back to show you what was delivered. Hey everybody, I'm back, and we have the 3D CAD package from iGUIDE for this particular project. So I'm going to go over it here. I'm using like a Cyclone 3DR viewer to open this file. And so we have it opened up. You can see that it looks great. I can hide a lot of stuff here. So I just did the walls. Looks like you can turn different things off. These appear all to be, let's see, got columns, electrical equipment. You can turn the ceiling off, which is pretty neat. There was shelves there, so they actually drew in furniture, which is cool. Got doors, electrical equipment. So there is that data file. This is a Revit file, RVT. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And this was, let me see here. Got my file list. Give me 1 second. This was the DXF file. So it shows the scan point locations. I'm just using a free viewer for that. Now there was 2 different drawings. There was main floor dimension plan and main floor. So I believe this is main floor and this is the dimension plan. And you can see they drew stuff where I didn't even scan. I had just scanned in this area. You got a peek into here. This building actually goes a little further. They didn't draw that. Or they drew this, but they didn't draw where it goes further because obviously I didn't scan in there. You can't see it. But there's that right there. And then we'll close this out. And here, you have a PDF set of plans. So we have the floor plan, all the measurements. And there you have it. What they didn't draw was the elevations. And I suspect they didn't draw the elevations because I didn't start outside the building and work my way in. If you remember from the video, I only scanned this way. Actually, I scanned this way. And then I scanned this way. But I didn't go outside the walls. So I think that's why they didn't draw the elevations. But there you have it. So I will put all this on Google Drive with the link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Thanks for watching.